Um, so I guess we'll move on to our final two mini topics, I guess. So since we're talking about women's tag teams, women's tag belts. Obviously, there's the rumored drama going on in the back. I really hope it's not true, but I get both sides of this argument if it is true. I get the fact of like, let's establish these belts and make them meaningful, but I'm not like opposed to having the Iconics win. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
It's a
mean,
tough one
I said it earlier. At the end of the day, you were the first ever
for sure.
women's tag team championship holders. So there is prestige already there.
Yep.
It would be, and I can also see where Sasha's coming from because it seems every time she wins a title, it's taken from her so quickly. Like every single women's title she won on Raw, it was Charlotte beat her again like in 2-3 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
It was ridiculous. So I can understand her getting frustrated, but she's one of the most popular superstars on wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she should take some solace in that at least. It's not like they aren't using her type of thing. But I hope it gets worked out.
Yeah. I think it also would have been better if, like, obviously Bayley moved to SmackDown. Like, obviously I want Bayley to do more. Like, she always kind of seems like a backseat to Sasha. Yep. But I thought they had they have chemistry, whether they're fighting against each other or fighting with each other. I think it would have maybe been a better situation if like they got a run back or like they did a program with Iconics type deal, instead of just like this cut flip thing. Yeah. Universe flipped on Bayley. Okay, so I think the reasoning behind the flip, I think I saw this in a Kind of Wrestling, the Facebook group.
Yep.
They teased, I think it was Becky, somebody fighting somebody, and just how it was Ember Moon going against Becky, and just how they like introduced the ladies of having Bayley come out, like that was a bad timing thing because people like Ember, and then you have Bayley interrupt a face, and people are already hype, and then let's break this up. I don't know.
I do like what Bayley said though, because as she was getting to the ring, Becky was like, "Oh, you want a hug?"
Oh.
And Bayley basically said like, "No, I think I got all that out on Raw." So like, I hope it's a change to her character a little bit because I love Bayley. But I could see her as being out of the 4 horsewomen, she's definitely number 4. Which stinks, but it's still a high 4. Yeah. But she deserves a little bit more, I think. And if she changes her character and embraces the dark side a little bit, like they teased and then they got rid of when they decided they were doing the tag team titles.
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
So yeah, they get the women's tag belts. And that kind of leads to the other small topic of like, what would you think about a women's only show? I know there's been slight speculation on that type thing.
Like a weekly show?
Yeah, similar to like a 205, like, but only the chicks, only the ladies battling it out.
I wouldn't mind it because the women are one of the reasons why I watch regularly because they're killing it. And it's probably the most exciting stuff that's on TV, except now that Kofi's champ. That was awesome. I wouldn't be against it, honestly, but I also kind of like how they kind of mix it in with the guys now. Like I think they have a good balance of how it's working, and it's not taking away from the show. I don't think they're just throwing it in there and it's making the show worse. Type of thing. But I can go either way. I don't want it to fail and then they have to rebuild the whole thing again.
Papa Griff says cut Raw to 2 hours, put women on at 8 on Mondays. You can do that. I feel like you're building up the roster to do it, but I also fear the 205 situation again of where like it's the same people fighting all the time. Like it's bigger than it was, but I don't know if it's at a safe spot to do it entirely. But I like the tag belts that were in there. I think that's good, and I think that's going to be a tool to help expand of like
Yeah.
people being used or having something to do. Because obviously, with only the top belt, like, okay, woman A is fighting woman B. Why?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless they create like another women's only title,
Right?
Which would be maybe it would be like the TV title.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Could work, but yeah, I kind of like the way they're doing it now. If they continue to do a women's only pay-per-view like Evolution again, that'd be
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting place we're in. There's a lot of things happening, and we'll have to see how things kind of I guess grow, and obviously with all these people moving, like how they're treated and what they do and where they go. And then obviously NXT still doing their thing. So like you mentioned, some people we thought would be called up didn't get called up, like Pete Dunne. Velveteen was another one that was potential.
Undisputed
I think
era.
Undisputed. I think the War Raiders being called up is an interesting call, like especially
they're still champs too.
Yeah, so is it going to be a Page situation, or like, oh, you got to get rid of those, or
a KO thing too?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, some question marks.
We haven't talked about this.
Okay.
But one of my favorite moments of Mania weekend is the new version of Sami Zayn that we have now.
Yeah.
I love this Sami Zayn because what he's saying is true. What he's saying, like the fans are the worst because they think they can get whatever they want. Yeah, that's kind of how they're treating it, and he's tired of it, and he's letting it be known, and I love it. Sami's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back. I like that gimmick. I'm not 100% on board with it. I think he's still a little too goofy with like how he's entering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's supposed to come off as like he's full of himself, which would make sense. But I don't know. I feel if he was more like, I'm going to kind of relate it to like Jericho in The List, how he's like more stern and stuck up. I feel if he went the stuck up route and then was just like, you suck, blah, 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 like that more.
Yeah.
I think that would fit. But yeah, I'm glad he's back. I think that's good.
I'm happy that him and KO are on different shows. Because like they were great together. But it's just lazy, and I know WWE's lazy. They'll just put them in a feud together, and we've seen it, type of thing. So, and now we have Big O.
Yeah,
we have Big O, which is awesome.
Which I think is good.
Yep.
I hope. Another thing I was talking to my dad about. I hope this is a slow burn because I feel it's gonna obviously build up to him eventually attacking Kofi.
Yep.
I want it to be a slow burn. I don't want it to be the thing where he's there maybe a week or two and then he goes. I want it to be this long, drawn-out thing, and then all of a sudden, bah, we're done. So,
like, I would love it if it was Big O, a member of New Day, up until like right before SummerSlam, and that's when he turns, and then we get KO and Kofi at SummerSlam. Like, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Especially because SummerSlam isn't SummerSlam in Toronto.
I honestly do not remember.
I think it might be. So KO going for the title in Canada could be pretty interesting.
Might be neat.
That'd be cool.
Do they have it listed on here? Worlds Collide, blah, 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 SummerSlam. Toronto.
SummerSlam.
Yep, you called it. Good.
Yeah.
You don't think it's a one-off? What do you mean a one-off, Papa Griff? Oh, like just he was there on Tuesday just to fill in? I don't know the severity of Big E's injury, to be honest.
He tore a meniscus. He's gonna be out for a while.
So yeah, he's gonna be out. He's comedic and all, but I don't think it works long term. Well, I didn't see the feud, storyline, so I don't know how it works. But it seems like he did a similar thing like this with Young Bucks, where he was all in the flashy tassels and stuff. So I think it could work. I think it could go. And I mean, Owens has been since he's been back, he's been that weird in between. Because he came back, took Kofi's spot, then he came out and celebrated when Kofi got the number one contendership. So he's like, I don't know. So I feel like
he's very company man.
Yeah.
Like when he's been back. And I definitely don't think this is a one-off thing because they gave him like 2 backstage moments of him like trying to join New Day. Like he had to eat an entire plate of pancakes in under 5 minutes in order to be a member, and him, Kofi, and Xavier teaching him how to do Big E's entrance, like routine thing. So like I don't think they would go to that length just for it to be a one-off. I think he's going to be part of New Day, which is cool.
Yeah. So I think that'll work as at least that building point to the eventual payoff of them fighting, and Owens, going back to what Owens does best and being a heel, being a dick. So
yeah,
that'll be that. I think that covers all of the plethora of wrestling topics we had today. We'll have to start brainstorming some new ones for Brent when he can pop on in and we can do the 3-way chat. But this has been Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 43. I am Brett, a.k.a. Enigma9011, and today I was joined by Kyle once again, a.k.a. Who Dat Ninja 73. Kyle, thanks for being on the show again. I do appreciate it. Remember, guys, you can catch the show live every first and third Saturday of the month over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join in the conversation like Papa Griff and Afro Cyborg did today, you're more than welcome to join us in the chat, talk with us, and obviously join in the conversation. If you can't catch it live, that's okay. Go over to youtube.com, search Enigma9011, where you can see the podcast broken out topic by topic, or put as one big video for your amusement. If you have topics that you want us to discuss on the show, you can always comment down below in the comment section, or join us on Discord and put it in there as well. And then last but not least, #ad merch store. You guys can check that link out down below. Help us out, support the brand, rep the brand with t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. It'd be greatly appreciated and helpful. Kyle, once again, thanks for being on. I do appreciate it. Really happy you got to have an awesome weekend of wrestling and kind of funny and everything. And yeah, chat, we'll figure out when we get all the whole gang together and have a plethora of more wrestling conversation, because it's always fun to talk about wrestling. And if you're not on the boat, get on the boat. There's always something you can find on there to have a good time with. But until next time, guys, we will catch you guys later. Bye.